I sat down to film my fall must-read TBR and I told myself, Francesca, you're going to keep this reasonable, only 5 books. That's it. And then bookworm math happened, and apparently I am here with more, because fall vibes to me is so many things. It means dark academia, possessive vampires, Victorian poisoners, and a Dracula retelling plus more. So here we are. I've got 7 books instead of 5. And honestly, I'm not even sorry, because I really want to read all of them, and they're all my must-reads on my fall TBR right now. I'm going to tell you what they are, what are the vibes, and all of the books that are calling for me to be reading them while I'm burning my pumpkin candle. So let's get into them. The first one is Blood and Betrayals by Jeanette Rose and Alexis Rune. Starting off strong with a dark academia meets paranormal academy with a stalker mystery. All of the things that I love. Summer enrolls at Avalon University, planning to keep her head down and stay unnoticed, except that she gets a feral vampire roommate, an angelic senior who won't leave her alone, and a sadistic stalker. I love a prickly FMC with a sharp tongue who's forced into found family against her will. Plus, it's got Nocticadia vibes. That's actually how I saw it recommended. It's got all the dark secrets, mysteries, and morally gray love interests. So this is going to be definitely my read with a cozy blanket, full of tension and no chill. The next one is The Poisoner by I.V. Ophelia. Victorian London, Alina is a botanist who poisons unsavory men as twisted justice. Definitely giving Julia Tofana vibes, which actually I talked about in my fall curriculum. So as soon as I saw this, it had to go on my TBR. So she targets Playboy Silas Forbes, only to find him alive in her apothecary the next week. So it turns out that human men are the least of her problems. And there's now 2 killers doing a dark, dangerous waltz around each other. Apothecary vibes, morally great FMC with a murder hobby. I mean, this is the book equivalent of drinking some absinthe by candlelight, and I cannot wait to get into it. The third book is a little bit different. We're definitely shifting the vibe, and it's The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. I just think this one is definitely going to wreck me. It's an epic fantasy with a devastatingly romantic bond between a knight and their mage. I don't know for what reason I keep thinking about Kushiel's Dart when I think about this book, so we'll see if that's the vibe I get. So Grey is bound to Kier by blood and magic. She is his blade, his healer, his protector, but she's hiding a massive truth. If she dies, all magic dies with her. So it definitely has also vibes of Rachel Gillick, a little bit of I will destroy myself to save you, and it is the first in interconnected standalones, so I can get attached without commitment, which I really appreciate. So this is going to be my rainy afternoon and all the feelings read for fall. The next is a little bit darker, but also more fun. I don't know. It's Bloodstained by Jenika Snow. This is a dark Gothic romance where Dracula meets Nosferatu. In this one, Ivan lost his wife to betrayal centuries ago. He's lived as a monster ever since, killing in her memory. And then he finds Clara, the identical reincarnation of his wife. She doesn't remember him or their past, and he's not letting her go this time. So it's a love that's so relentless, it defied death itself. I am just feral for this unhinged devotion, and it's definitely going to be my late night, lights off, and zero regrets read. I mean, a possessive vampire obsessed with the FMC, peak fall vibes to me. The next one is Grimm's Delight by Abigail Kelly, and this one is definitely giving crime family drama meets forced proximity. So we have Felix, who is the rightful heir to the most powerful vampire crime family, and then one sloppy assassination threatens everything. Dahlia is a waitress who witnesses that murder and gets turned into a vampire in the process. So now she is the sole heir to his family, and he needs her for more than just her blood. She can carry vampire offsprings, and he is determined to claim her. Now, normally to be human is to be prey, but Dahlia has to become the predator that she was born to be. It definitely sounds like a mafia romance meet vampire politics, and I need all of that energy in my life this fall. Next is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly by Sophia St. Germain. I've been seeing this book everywhere, and it's about a half-fae, Alicia, who has magic that lets her compel anyone just by looking into their eyes. After a tragic accident, she is thrown into the Fae King's dungeons and forced into a blood oath. 5 years later, he calls in his dead, which is to infiltrate human elections, uncover secrets, and earn her freedom. But there's a lethal Fae guard that's watching her every move, a brooding human regent that she's growing closer to, and secrets unraveling that suggest greater forces are at play. This has political intrigue, forbidden feelings, and a choice between personal freedom and saving a nation kind of tension, so it's perfect for fall if you want a bit of a darker atmospheric Fae energy, which I definitely think this is going to deliver on. And last is a book that I had on my TBR last year and I didn't get around to, is The Exorcism of Faeries by J.L. Vampa. Now the premise for this one is wild. So it's Dublin, 1993. Atta is the daughter of morticians studying botany at Trinity College. Her professor is teaching morbid anatomy, and the Fae are possessing the good people of Dublin. So only Atta and her professor Murdoch can exorcise them, but they also have to fight their forbidden feelings in the process. This is dark academia meets forbidden romance meets Irish folklore, and that excerpt from Atta's diary that is found in the wreckage at Ground Zero, I have all the questions already. It's definitely giving Ninth House vibes, Nocticadia vibes, student-teacher tension. It is set in the 90s, which adds this whole other layer of atmosphere, which I really love, especially because I really love the 90s witches. I did a whole video on my favorite 90s witches, so the 90s Coven. So if you want to check that out, I will leave that link for you to check it out as well. But this is going to be a book that I want to be sipping my tea and enjoying with zero interruptions. So there you have it. That's my fall must-read TBR that was supposed to be 5 books, but it turned into 7 because I guess I have no self-control, especially when it comes to dark academia and morally gray vampires, and I'm a sucker for atmospheric Gothic vibes for sure. If you read any of these, let me know in the comments what you thought of them. No spoilers, just tell me if I should bump one up more than the other on the pile. And if you have any fall TBR recommendations that also fit this vibe, drop them in the comments below as well, because clearly I need a few more books. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget that we talk about all things romance, fantasy, and mystery, plus everything else in between here on the Under the Covers channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!